Hey y'all, this is your K-pop auntie Carly, and I have not been intentionally sitting on reacting to the ATEEZ album. I legitimately didn't know that it was out. I don't know what the heck happened, but didn't show up in my algorithm. I've been checking their channel and everything because, they usually create a playlist or you get the videos or something comes out where it's like, oh, hey, there's the album. There's nothing on, you cannot go to their channel and find this. I punched it into the search and everything, and you search the AT's channel for Cyberpunk and it doesn't come up. But if you search YouTube for the album, then it comes up as like it's on their channel. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, you can't go to the AT. At least I can't. I don't know if you can go to the AT's channel and find their album, but I can't. So yeah, I was not intentionally sitting on these. It's just not there. I had to be like, what the heck? This was supposed to be coming out on Friday, so I searched YouTube for it, just because I'm like, why isn't this out here? I actually searched the track list, and then all this stuff came up. I'm like, the deuce, it's up. Cats are in back there cuddling. Those are the two older cats, Race and Little Miss. So, looks like I'll be getting into the album now that I finally realize that it is out and that I can search it individually on YouTube, just not go to the actual ATEEZ channel and find their music on their channel. Weird. Did I do that? I think I looked at KQ Entertainment as well, and I don't think it's up there either, so that's just odd. In we go. In we go. I am going to do the thing where I listen to just this first, just the album first, so that I can hear it all and really absorb their voices and what's going on with the music and the arrangement, and then I'll pop over to the lyrics because Cyberpunk, very coul. I'm a book editor, and Cyberpunk is something I am familiar with. It kind of kicked off with steampunk and reached over into diesel punk and all sorts of interesting stuff. Cyberpunk being one of them. So I kind of think I know what it's going to sound like. There's a cyberpunk sound. So I think I know what this is going to sound like. We'll see if it does. But yeah, I don't know if the term has, as far as relating to the title of the song, how that's going to reflect into the lyrics. So that's what I'm not sure about, what the song is actually going to be about. Unless it's actually talking about the descriptive genre of literary cyberpunk. We'll see. That's a good beat. Yeah. First impression, very nice. I like that background, heavy EDM influence on it, where it's the trap almost, is it? You can just, I think I heard my dog bark. That's why I only put one of the, I only put one on a lot of times. Um, yeah, that heavy EDM trap style in the background, but there's more layered over top of it. They kind of contrast the deep boom 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 of a dance hall basically with really actually nice mild vocals. Yeah. Thank Okay, that changed a little. This is definitely a dance track. Ooh, the tone goes down. I like how they both have their little their little, my finger twitched. Their little intros to their raps, so you know exactly what's coming. Heavier on the beat. Ripping it up. A lot of different vocals going on. Oh, you gotta have Jungo in there, man. I think I like that part the most. The arrangement changes a little. I think that's Mingy, kind of matches his voice to the change of tempo of the music. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a, I wanted to see how quickly it was gonna finish. Yeah, this is definitely a song that'll get you moving. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I want to read this real quick. I haven't read the album yet. Wake up, world, are you there? It's time, lies, control, rules, numb, hatred, emptiness, selfishness, lies, surveillance, control, repression, rules, numb, emptiness, contradict, selfishness, betray, surveillance, cruelty. Are you seeing this? Eyes in the sky. All right. It's, yeah, I said it before with their teasers and stuff that they came out with, kind of building their world, their the fictional universe that they created. And yeah, it's a fictional universe, but it's also like one of the big reasons people write fiction is, even if they aren't intentionally doing so, it's social critique. Like, a lot of this stuff is social critique. It's how they view the world. It's how they see things and where they see things going. And it's like, fiction has a purpose. It's not just to entertain. It also expresses a lot. There's just look at some of the most popular fiction out there. Look at 1984, The Handmaid's Tale. It's not real, but people look at it and they go, yeah, I get that. That's, like, to a certain extent, it's real, It's so, they're saying a lot, and I feel like they're going to be saying a lot in this album. I've only listened to Gorilla and now Cyberpunk, and I haven't even gotten into the lyrics on this one yet. But it feels like they're saying a lot through their fiction and through their lyrics. I shouldn't stand on that leg. My leg still hurts. The music, yeah, it's a good song. It definitely gets you moving. I would definitely playlist it. I like Gorilla more so far. It just, as far as, like, the just creative and the sound of it. I like dance EDM type of music, a little cyberpunk flair to it. We'll see, though. It's like, it's not on the top of my list yet for ATEEZ songs, but absolutely a good song. I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it a lot. I would, if I needed to get some work done, I would probably repeat this once. Put it on repeat so that I could, really get moving. It does that to you. And like I said, I like how it kind of changes tempo a little bit and brings it back and goes, and I think it's Mingy who's singing at that time, and it kind of matches his voice to that as well. Let's go ahead and bring up the lyrics version because I'm not entirely sure, obviously, what this is going to be about. I did hear some English in there, and that helped me out. Can I remember, though, what they were saying? Shoot. There were certain parts where I was like, I'll remember that so I can repeat it. It was something about like not wanting to be in the dark anymore. So yeah, there's I got a little bit of the idea of what it might be, the lyrics might be about, and yeah, living in darkness, probably metaphorically, and wanting to open the eyes and see, which would fit in with the theme of, kind of the revolution and waking people up to see what's going on around them. All right, lyrics. The lights of the city, where darkness has fallen. Dance of confusion. Okay, so I like that. I like that they're throwing out there right away. Like I said, this is a definite dance club type of vibe to it, and right away they're matching the lyrics to it. That this is a dance of confusion, and we're setting it to a dance themed song. So that totally makes sense. They totally united that together there. That's pretty cool. Of the empty eyes hovering around the colorful neon sign. Hang on. The empty eyes hovering around the colorful neon sign. That's... Yeah, like I said, they're going to be getting into some critiques here, guys. Guys and gals. That's the... Just even that, the empty eyes. That's saying, like, the eyes are apertures into the soul, it's like you're empty, you're just empty, but we got all these colorful neon signs to entertain you, come be entertained. Are you not entertained? you know it's just these distractions that the more and more we allow ourselves to be distracted, the less and less alive we are to a certain extent. We're just allowing ourselves to be entertained instead of like living. Only the silence of the soul that has been taken away by the veiled stillness. Ooh, only the silence of the soul that has been taken away. And that's exactly what I just said. The eyes being what comes where your soul, people look into your soul through your eyes, cats. And it's that silence of the soul, being able to like just take some time and just not be entertained, just not have your time filled, just not have all those neon lights and the colors and stuff distracting you. It's when you're able to have that silence that has been taken away. Like we fill our time with so much. We pick a few for a spare minutes. Let me pick up my phone and play a game, or watch a video on YouTube or something, and we're constantly entertained, and we just don't have those moments of reflection of our just that have that silence of the soul. That's been taken away by the veiled stillness. It's been taken away by the veiled stillness. And I'm guessing there's like a kind of going back to the silence and the stillness. I'm guessing that's kind of being connected in that line. As in, I don't know if they mean like the stillness itself has been veiled. Like that's, you put a veil over something and you're hiding it. You don't want that stillness, but it's the silence and the stillness that we need to a certain degree to nurture our souls. That got deep. Sorry. I think they intend for it to be deep though. As if paralyzed, I am getting number and number. I thought that said number. Number. Not number. Yeah, as if paralyzed, I'm getting number and number. So it's, again, just all of the entertainment, all of these stuff going on, and it numbs you. It's the kind go back and watch some movies from like the 1950s and watch a war movie from 1950, like right after World War II, when people actually knew and saw the reality of it, and then watch a war movie now. Blood and guts everywhere. 1950s, somebody gets shot or blown up, they go, ah! And they fall down and die. It's, yeah, we've really numbed ourselves to a lot of external things that people would react to. Somebody from 1950 saw a war movie today and they would be horrified at what we expose ourselves to. Yeah, we're getting numb. We're getting numb through exposure. And it's not just from stuff like watching war movies, it's just social media in general and the comments people make to one another. We're just so numb to other people's feelings, too. As if it disappeared, no one disappears. As if forgotten, but I can't be forgotten here. As if it disappeared. What's the word it? The word it always gets to me because like, what's it? What is it? As a book editor, try to not use it as much as possible when referring to things unless it is obvious. Like I don't know what it is. As if it disappeared. No one disappears. As if forgotten, but I can't be forgotten here. Alright, so I'm guessing it might go back to... What is it referring to? Shoot. Maybe the silence of the soul? Is it referring to the silence of the soul? As if the silence of the soul, disappeared? No one disappears. As if forgotten, but I can't be forgotten here. Only the dance moves like a puppet that is tied to a chain. I don't feel anymore. Alright. Only the dance moves like a puppet that is tied to a chain. I don't feel anymore. So let's say, like, even... Okay, so we got this dance going on from the very first line. We have this dance going on, and they have the dance music playing in the actual musical arrangements of the song. And they're saying, like, even this that is supposed to get an emotional reaction out of you, this dance music that is supposed to get you moving, like, even this, you're just moving on rot. You're just moving as if like a puppet. It's like, hey, yeah, this is exciting. And it's like, you go to the club, and like, how many people in a club do you really see that are like into the music, as opposed to like, yeah, this is dance music, man. Hey, where's my drink? Where's somebody that I want to hit on? You know, it's like, as opposed to like loving the dance itself because of the music itself. Instead, they're just like feeling the beat, and it's like beat, do something. I don't feel anymore. I can't feel anything in this place that is full of lies. This place where everyone is sleeping is like a frozen night. Yeah, he's saying everybody's asleep, man. Everybody is asleep. People are not actually feeling. I want to feel alive. Don't want to stay in the dark. And we've all seen that person on a dance floor, whether you have been to a dance club or not. Like, if you've been to a wedding, if you've just had, like, been to a party or a get-together with friends, and maybe that one person has had a little bit too much to drink, and they're just out on the dance floor, and they are, like, feeling it, man, and you're like, that person is having a blast. Like, that person is getting into the music, as opposed to other people who are out on the dance floor, and they're just like, yep, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be dancing right now. In this place where no one will be sad, it's full of lies. A night where no one smiles. This is a frozen night. And that's contrasting the opposites. It's, hey, no one's smiling. And that's kind of where we go to, like, emotionless. Is when we think about not being emotional, we think about the bad parts of not being happy. Like, you take the happiness out, and it's like, oh man, that sucks. But also, if you take the sadness out, in this place where no one will be sad, it's full of lies. And like, you can take the happiness out, and that's taking emotion out, but you can also take the sadness out, and people are like, oh, that's not so bad. Yeah, it is. Like, there are things that you should be sad about. You should be sad about losing a friend, like, you should be sad about that. You should be, yeah, they're all parts of emotion. Like, it's, if you aren't sad about things in life, yeah, there is a bit of a lie there. There is that numbness if you don't feel sadness about certain things. It's, and I'm not saying like you're kind of a psychopath if you don't feel sadness about certain things. It's, I don't feel sadness about things that other people feel sadness about. I don't feel happy about things that other people feel happy about. But things that I feel sad about, other people are like, what's the big deal? So it's, yeah, the lacking of emotion on multiple fronts, not just the feeling alive. It's not just the not feeling alive aspect. It's the not feeling the kind of lows as well. Like, taking the lows of life out are also, that's also bad. That is also bad. It's singing this part. Okay. I want to feel alive. Drunk by the lost light, drunken eyes, flapping around and around while falling down. All right, yeah, drunk by the lost light. I'm not sure I track with that one as much. Drunken eyes. Well, I know the drunken eyes is kind of like you're just glazed over. It's, if you've ever seen anybody who's drunk, they get that glossy look and in their eyes, and it's just because they're like, don't know what. you know, so drunken eyes, just kind of glazed over, just numb, a little bit numb. Uh, Drunk by the lost light, though. The lost light, I'm not as sure if I'm catching that one. Unless the lost light is not the, like, lost isn't the best of translations, but light is, because we have references to the bright neon lights and stuff, and being like distracted by those. If it's like, kind of more along the lines of that, like you're drunk and glazed over by that, the bright lights, flapping around and around while falling down. And it does, I just feel like lost isn't the best, because flapping around and around while falling down is very indicative of what are those zappers called, the fly traps, where you got that really bright neon light in the center and it attracts the bugs and they hit it and they zip, fall down dead. That's, yep. This familiar whipping leads me, but there's no pain. Blue blood, red tears, my existence itself is a doubt. That familiar whipping leads me, but there's no pain. So, um, admitting that that you're being driven, like the whipping leads me. That's what you do for oxen or horses or whatever. Even if you don't actually touch them, it's that snap sound that the familiar whipping leads me. It drives you forward, but there's no pain. Again, reference to numbness. Blue blood, red tears, my existence itself is a doubt. And I don't know if that's just saying like everything's flipped over, because your tears are clear, but symbolically they're blue like water. As opposed to red blood. I don't know if by flipping those are saying everything is flipped, or by saying blue blood. Isn't that like cold blooded? Like isn't that a reference to being cold blooded as well? So you're cold blooded. As opposed to having hot tears, red hot tears. My existence itself is a doubt. My existence itself is a doubt. A life that has lost its meaning is inevitable. But still, I ask for an answer. Interesting. A life that has lost its meaning is inevitable. To a certain degree, that's relatable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this at one point in their life has been like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. Not necessarily to the full extent of my life itself has no meaning. Don't get me wrong. There are people who feel like their life in itself has no meaning. But making it even more relatable is being like, not knowing like what you're doing, like just not knowing what your purpose is, not knowing why you're doing what you're doing. That's extremely relatable. And yeah, to a certain extent it is inevitable. A life that has lost its meaning is inevitable. But still, I ask for an answer. And yeah, one would hope that even if you don't know like what you're doing, why you're doing it. Hopefully you are still looking for a reason. You're still looking for an answer. Lost in a black and white photo studio. Who am I? Mine. Hang on. Mine. Okay, lost in a black and white photo studio. Who am I? So yeah, black and white photo studios, old time photos. Just lost in the. It's almost like lost in the past. Lost in something that doesn't have any color. That's just blah. It's yeah. I get that. That's pretty much, I think, a metaphor for saying lost in a life that has lost its vibrance. Lost in a life that is just either saying lost in a life where I'm living the past, or lost in a life where there's just nothing beautiful. You can have beautiful black and white pictures. I've seen landscapes and stuff that I prefer more in black and white, but it's lost in a world. I'm gone. Like, where is my color, my beauty, I'm gone. Who am I? Mine. I don't know if the mine is a reference there to selfishness. That where you're just so focused on yourself as a bad thing or as a good thing. I feel like this is going to be a long reaction. It is. I'm talking a lot. Sorry / you're welcome. Only the silence of the soul that has been taken away by the veiled stillness. As if paralyzed, I am getting number and number. So tell me, where do we go? Manipulated the sky, manipulated stars, manipulated time. Tell me the truth. There's a lot of stuff being manipulated in our world. I can't feel anything in this place that is full of lies. This place where everyone is sleeping is like a frozen light. Okay, so there's... I didn't distinguish that there were multiple individuals singing that line. That it was last time, I think, and it was sung all this time. I want to feel alive. Don't want to stay in the dark. In this place where no one will be sad, it's full of lies. A night where no one smiles. This is a frozen night. Harmonious streets where nothing blooms. All right. That's a critique. Harmonious streets where nothing blooms. It's like, yeah, this is a harmonious street. Like, everything is symmetric. Everything is, like, the traffic is flowing well. The people are walking where they're supposed to. Everything is good. It's very harmonious, but there's no life to it. There's no life. Everything is so planned out and so, like, on point that there's no life to it. It's kind of like, walking into a house and you're like, this house feels lived in. The clock hand that has stopped and lost its meaning. Yeah, a clock that doesn't tick is lost its meaning. And the emotionally controlled reality that has become expendable. In the future and the past, I gradually become numb. All right. Emotionally controlled reality that has become expendable. So the reality itself has become expendable. In the future and the past, I gradually become dull. Yeah. Is that what they're saying? Like, reality in itself has become expendable? I think it is, because they even make it a point to switch who's singing there. Reality that has become expendable. And yeah, I mean, we're living in a world where the virtual is taking over more and more, where people interact on the internet more and more. And it's not like you're not interacting with real people. Obviously, I am a real person, and I know that the people who comment on my videos are real people. But, the concept of avatars and... kind of living lives through, video games even, playing around with video games. I played video games or I'm talking to people online and stuff, and I've played with some people who are very into their character that kind of, stop being themselves and be their character while online. And yeah, to a certain extent, it's only going to become more and more like that. And there are absolutely game developers and virtual world developers who are making that a goal for virtual realities to be a place to escape from realities. And it's like more and more like what we are doing here in the physical is a little bit more expendable than it used to be. Creepy. Yeah, gradually becoming dull because of it. A lie that blooms like smoke and spreads more. In this place where no one escapes. It's the underworld, the carnival of lies that covered the sun. Alright, in this place where no one escapes. Like this reality, no one escapes. It's the underworld. It's hell. It's alright, it's hell. The carnival of lies that covered the sun. I like that line. That is a very descriptive line. Because carnivals are fun. Carnivals are fun. So all of these fun lies that covered up like the actual sun, as opposed to those neon bright lights. Dude, they're like going all out on the lyrics on this one and referring back and forth a lot, because like there's a reason that they're saying like the actual sun is being covered up and we have all of these pretty neon lights now. And yeah, this is a lyrically fantastic song. In this place where no one will be sad, it's full of lies. A night where no one smiles. This is a frozen night. Well, and I guess I would just encourage you that whenever you listen to this song, go ahead and instead of just like kind of bopping along, take a second to really feel the music. Because that's one of the things they're asking here in this song. You know, it's no coincidence at all that they produced a dance track song, a dance track to lyrics that have this concept of not being alive and like dancing to just this fake world, that like a marionette, you know, like you're just a little puppet going through the moves. So next time you listen to this song, just take a second and actually feel the music and move to it when you're actually feeling it, instead of just kind of rhythmically bopping along on mechanism. You know, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's a good beat. Take a second and actually feel it. All right, 33 minutes. Not bad. But hey, I liked this one much more by getting into the lyrics. I feel like the guys are going to have a lot to say in this album. All right, I'm out. I have things to do. I need to go to the bank for one. I know. Like at the actual physical bank. That's a thing. I'm out. Have yourselves a wonderful day.